Now I am going to explain about divisibility rule using co-primes. Divisibility rule using co-primes. First I will explain the concept of co-primes and then we will move on to the divisibility rule. What is co-prime? What is co-primes? Co-primes are two numbers and their HCF is 1, then those two numbers are called co-primes. Pair of numbers HCF is 1, then those two numbers are called co-primes. Let's take example 2, 3. What is HCF? What is HCF? HCF is highest common factor. So let's take example 5, 6. What are the factors for 5 and 6? 1, 5, 1, 6. What is the highest common factor for this? Is 1. So 5 and 6 are co-primes. Let's take example of 6, 2. What is the factors for 6? 1, 2, 3, 6. What are the factors for 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. So what is the highest common factor? Highest common factor is, here is a 6, here is a 6. So highest common factor is 6. So 6 and 12 are so not co-primes. So if two numbers needs to be co-prime means their HCF should be 1. So this is the co-primes concept. Let's move on to the divisibility rule. Starting from 2. If last digit is divisible by 2, then that number is divisible by 2. If sum of digits are divisible by 3, then that is divisible by 3. Divisibility rule for 4 is, if last two digits are divisible by 4, then that number is divisible by 4. Divisibility rule for 5 is, if last digit is either 5 or 0, then that number is divisible by 5. 6. If a number is divisible by 2 and 3, then that number is divisible by 6. Here you need to observe that 2 and 3 are co-primes. So I hope you understand it. You will get to know further. I will explain about this in the next video series about 7, 8. If last 3 digits are divisible by 8, then that is divisible by 8. 9. If sum of digits are divisible by 9, then that is divisible by 9. 10. If last digit is 0, then that is divisible by 10. 11. If difference between the sum of digits at odd places and even places is divisible by 11, that is number is divisible by 11. For 12, here you need to consider the co-primes. What are the factors for 12? 1, 2, 3, 6, 12. So you need to choose the two numbers which are co-primes, and multiplication of those two numbers is which leads to 12. So here, what are the co-primes here? 1 comma 12, because their HCF is 1. What is another pair? 3 comma 4. So if a number is divisible by 1 and 12, that number is divisible by 12. If a number is divisible by 3 and 4, then that number is divisible by 12. So if a number is divisible by 2 and 6, that number is no need to be divisible by 2 and 6. No need to be divisible by no need to be divisible by 12. If a number is divisible by 3 and 4, then that is divisible by 12. So doesn't make sense to check for 1 and 12. So I hope you understand about the co-primes. I will explain about remaining 13 in the next series, next part. 14 also similarly, if a number is divisible by 2 and 7, that is divisible by 14. 15 also, what are the factors of 15? 1, 3, 5, 15. So what are the co-prime traits here? 1 comma 15 comma 3 comma 5. So if a number is divisible by 3 and 5, then that number is divisible by 15. So this part is actually I'm concentrating on co-primes. Remaining numbers I will explain it in the next part. Okay. If you have any doubts, comment.